It's J Mark.
It wasn't about the 7 o'clock on the dock when you told me that you love me. You love me. Yeah. It was about the 7 o'clock on the dock when you told me that you miss me. You miss me. I know it's difficult to love sometimes. But baby boy, I'm pretty easy on mine. I guarantee that there was one thing on my mind. I want your love, your love, oh your love. I want your love, your love, oh your love. I want your love, oh your love. I want your love, your love, oh your love.
You mustn't give your heart to the wild thing. The more you do, the stronger they get. Until they're strong enough to run into the woods or fly into a tree.
It's J Mark.
I give you everything. Don't want these things to change, but letting you and give it all up. I'm waiting all alone. No,
That's what I was going to ask you. Is it because you got to have a lot of songs in order to have an album?
Yeah.
Oh, we are live. Hey, Talofa Utah, Talofa World. Welcome into Budah's Lounge under Everyday People. I am so excited to have tonight's episode, not only because I'm talking to my niece, but I want to announce Canna Fan Fest today. It starts. All tickets go on sale. I'm trying to sell out 2,000 tickets at $25. All the fees, everything is included, whether you have a medical card or not. It's $25 for the first 2,000 tickets. Now, if you want a free ticket, you got to go over to Honolulu Grill, take a selfie, post, and tag and all that, and you get a free ticket. But $25, that's like 2 Big Macs. I'm just saying, you could save some money. All right, so 21 years and older, September 27th, this young lady is going to be opening up for Crooked Kings, along with Roses on the Moon, Jimmy Goldtree, Analea Brown, Richie V, Changing Lanes, Burning Avenues, and DJ Specialist on the ones and twos. One last announcement, Curaleaf and Utah Patient Coalition, they just came in as the official Patient Lounge sponsors. So I don't know if you heard what I just said, but Patient Lounge. So puffy in here. Anyway, I said what I said. Get your cards if you want to attend. You don't have to have a card to come to the concert, but you got to be 21 years or older. Labor Day specials are all abound us. But let's get to our guest who has come all the way from West Valley?
Yeah.
Just across the street. She's came just across the street. Full disclosure, she is my niece, but she goes by Yadha the Great, locally musician, born and bred, everything about Utah, the music, but she has influences from other places. We want to get to know her because she is performing at the Granary Live September 27th for Canna Fan Fest. Yadha, welcome into the show.
Thank
How
you.
are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. We were talking about this off camera. I love that you already had a taste of a semi-big venue. The last time you and I met, we were at the Coffee Lounge, One Love Coffee Lounge. And not knowing that you had performed at the House of Blues, I thought, oh man, this is so good for my niece. Oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm helping her out. Yeah. Not knowing you had already performed at a major venue. So let's start there. What was it like putting your music on display in front of 400 to 500 people at House of Blues? What was that like?
It was nerve-wracking, but it was really fun. It felt right, and I just seeing the crowd get involved with my music. They didn't really know my music at the time, and shout out to Craig for letting me open up for him at that time. It was probably my second time performing on stage.
Yeah.
So I went from a little club to a big venue at the House of Blues, so it was kind of like a shock to me. So But it was really fun. I loved it.
Were you still standing? You're
Yeah.
smiling. You're writing music.
Yeah.
We're going to get to all of the, is this what you wanted to do? I mean, can you believe that you're living your dream? We'll get to all of that stuff. I failed to ask you about your families because we have people tuning in from all over the place. They could be tuning in from Samoa, on the other side of the world. And I would love for them to know if maybe they have a connection to your family, to you, to Yadha the Great. So I'm going to rewind just a little bit. Take us through your family, your family names, what islands you come from. You know, where do you come from? Give us a little backstory.
I don't know what islands we're from exactly, but we're from California.
That is an island. It's an island. Yeah.
Yeah. I was raised out in Linwood. My last names on my mom's side is Moiai and Schwenke. And then my dad's side, my Tapasoa side. So, yeah.
Good families.
Yeah.
No, those were Linwood. I went to those wards. I attended church with your father and your grandfathers. Shout out OG Nephi, my officer OG. No, that's great. I love, again, a lot of people are now just thinking about your families because you mentioned the Schwenkes, you mentioned the Moia'is and Tapasoas, very musical families. With the people that are out there are people, they know those names to be musical. So they're probably connecting the dots right now saying, okay, it's not a surprise that one of their daughters is going to be singing and that she is a singer. I would love to hear stories of people who come up to you, they find out your last name, and they are pleasantly surprised. Or they're like, yeah, that's where she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be a singer. Do you get that?
Yeah. Usually when they know my family, then they're like, oh, so yeah, so you get it. But it's so funny because my dad will be like, she gets it from me.
Oh.
It's so funny. But yeah, they just always tell me, oh yeah, your grandpa was so good.
Yeah.
Even my mom's dad, who has passed.
Uncle Pulenga, they were consummate performers. No, your grandpa Kapulenga, okay, please family, don't come for me. I was a little kid, okay, but your grandpa had this long old thumbnail. Kathy, am I right? Yeah, he had this old long thumbnail, and he would play the ukulele. I thought it was for cocaine. I didn't know it was for the ukulele. I was, No, but it wasn't. I was just a little kid, and I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh, my uncle's got a big ass cocaine deal. But it was just so he could pick. No, that's how talented Uncle was. Your grandfather was very, very talented. Do you try to incorporate any of those dance moves? Because that was a big thing that your grandfather did, was he taught a lot of luau shows, dance groups. Do you try to incorporate any of that as part of a legacy to remember your grandfather?
No, I'm not a good dancer. I actually don't know.
Wow, she's honest.
Yeah, I can't dance for my life, so that's why I stick to singing.
That's why you just sing?
Yeah.
You're like Will Smith, just keep it right here.
Yeah,
huh?
I'll do the 1, 2, that's it. Yeah. But if you see me dancing, then yeah, I'll probably just turn the camera off.
I really had a semi-serious question. We talked about this before we went on, because you're so young, and anyone who listens to your music, they might feel like you're an old soul because you talk about pain, you talk about emotion, you talk about love and breakup, and I'm your uncle. I'm like, she's very young. How does she know about these? Right? That's the uncle in me. So I got to ask that. Where does the emotion come from when you're still very young in that department of love and hurt and heartbreak? How do you write songs to that?
It's mainly from old school music. When my pops and my moms would always listen to mainly Angie Stone. She's probably one of my favorite artists from that they have introduced me to, and I could hear her soul and her pain, and me being young, I just listen to it, and it mainly comes from not understanding my own emotions, but I'm able to put it into songs.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, so I do struggle with trying to express how I feel, or like try to talk to people about how I feel and everything. So I just put it into song if I feel some type of way. It doesn't matter the emotion, whether I'm happy, angry, upset, or just sad. Like, those are usually the ones that people feel. But
that's really smart, and I don't know why I didn't think of it first, because that's what musicians do. Is that the message you're conveying isn't just about the lyrics? It's about it's about the whole piece, right? And so if you have in order to really understand it, if you separate the lyrics from your harmony, they'll have a different meaning than if you put them together. Man, that's really smart. It sounds like it's something that's just naturally in you. The style of the way you put things together.
Yeah, I was able to find that on my own when trying to understand those feelings and actually talk about it. Growing up in a Polynesian family household, you don't really talk about like emotions and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just.
What do you mean sad? Stop being sad. Oh, sorry. What, too soon? Why you cry? You want to cry?
Yeah.
I will make you cry.
I'll give you reason to cry. Yeah.
Oh, I've heard all those before. I told you we're related. But okay, let's talk about that. Have you tried writing songs to some of those experiences? Because that's an experience that a lot of us can relate to, right? Because you're laughing about it because you've obviously had a taste of it. I've had a taste of it. My wife, we've all had a taste of it. But I haven't heard anybody writing songs about that.
Yeah, I've written several songs on it already.
Really?
Yeah.
What are some of the names? I want to go research. What?
There's Cold. There's Never the Girl. There's Wasted Love.
That's the one about your mom?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Wow.
No.
I almost had her.
Yeah.
What song do we have up next, Sin? Adventure. Tell me about this song that we're about to play. This is your song. When did you write it? Not exactly date, but the time that when you were going through it, and maybe the theme. How did the theme come to you for this song that we're about to play?
I definitely wanted to write something upbeat just because everyone was like, yeah, you write so like sad.
Sad soul.
Yeah. So I was just like, dang, maybe I should write something like more upbeat, fun, and like just kind of like a girl song. Like,
okay.
So I kind of wrote this one for the girls. So.
Don't download it illegally. Make sure you pay for the song. But here it is. We'll be right back. Enjoy it. We want to hear your comments. How do you like the song? We'll be right back.
Take me out to all your adventures. I don't wanna be stuck in my room. Post it up on Insta and Twitter. Stuck with us, don't want to assume that you're trifling. That you talk to other women, baby, let's pretend that you hold me like sativa, go make love again. Still remember all the details in remembrance, gripping all over my mind phone. You got me going crazy. This love thing ain't what it's supposed to be. True colors showing red, and when I leave, I know that you'll be missing me. All your adventures.
Girls camp. Did it happen at high school? Or did it happen because you were just talking to your mom and dad? Hey, Talo Fun, welcome back into Budah's Lounge. Even though the mics are off and you're enjoying Yadha's song, we're having real conversations here, even though the mics are off. But Talo Fun, welcome back in. Just a reminder, tickets for Canna Fan Fest are $25 right now. I'm trying to sell the first 2,000 tickets. If you'd like to win tickets, you can listen to the radio tomorrow at 9 a.m., 12 noon, and 5 p.m. at 92.5 for the keyword to win Canna Fan Fest tickets. We're talking with one of the artists on the lineup, Yadha the Great. I said local product, but you grew up in Linwood. I want to say your influences come from all over the place, including Pacific Islander heritage, being Samoan. You have some German in you. I mean, there's all kinds of influences, and I can't wait to see the reaction of the people to your music. I did have a chance to hang out with you when you were performing at One Love Coffee Lounge, and I got to say, I was very surprised that the crowd was moved. They were vibing with you. I mean, they were dancing. I want to say that we didn't have enough room to move around. We should have had more room to dance, but I think people would have gotten up and boogied a little bit more. You know, slow and fast song. Yeah. So I think you did a great job as far as finding a piece to move. So you found the recipe on how to get people to move and pay attention to your message. So congratulations on that. I wanted to, if you wouldn't mind taking us back to the very first time. I don't know if you heard Angels or you heard the hip hop. I don't know if you heard that, but take me back to the moment when you felt that kind of euphoria, meaning I might have a chance at doing this music thing. You know what? Maybe if I played my card right. When did that moment happen for you?
I think it was the first time I got my first gig. It was one of my friends from California, and she hit me up, and I just released songs on SoundCloud, and my first song that I released was Lonely, and that was it was a pretty like
Popular?
Yeah, it was pretty popular
Okay.
back then, and like people didn't really know me at the time. It was a totally different crowd. It wasn't like there was rarely any like polys there, right? And it was mainly with the black community. They were out there in Downey. And
R&B community,
it
right?
was it was actually a hip hop crowd. So,
Wow, okay.
And for me to come in and with a few other Polynesian artists out there locally, I was just kind of like, dang, like, oh, this is so cool, and maybe this is something that I could like get into. Just because I personally didn't know what to do after my mission. I was just kind of like, that's whatever.
Wow, the only person to admit it. Wow, you
Admit what?
that you didn't know what to do after your mission. I didn't want to admit it. I was like, I came home, my parents were like, do you know what to do? I sure do. I didn't want to disappoint them, but no, thank you for being brave and vulnerable. That's something to say, because I don't know a lot of, forgive the term kids, that would say, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. Most of the kids want to make their parents happy by what they say. I went to school. I want to go to school. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer, right? No, thank you for that. It's college isn't for everybody. I'll say that right now. College is for everybody. But you found your niche. You found what you're supposed to do. Me and Cindy always like to tell people that, when you find what you're doing, you're no longer waking up to your job. You're now waking up to your calling. And now, nobody can tell you how to be Yadha the Great. Only you know how to be Yadha the Great. I love the daddy-daughter relationship. I can tell that you and your dad have a good relationship. You guys have a funny, joking relationship, close relationship.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask how that has played in your life, because you have to be a young woman and you have to sell your product. You have to maybe the dress. Is there any part of the business that dad is concerned about as a father? Does he ever put his arm around your shoulder like, look, I know you're a woman, you're grown, but look, I don't want you doing songs about clubs. Or I don't want you doing songs about. Did dad ever talk to you about that, or anybody advice as far as moving forward in your music career?
My dad just warned me about like different studios, going with people to like certain people.
Yeah, okay.
Studios, so he'll just get worried about that.
Yeah.
And just at concerts.
Good, Mar. That's a good one. I didn't think about that one.
So yeah, I don't know. That's mainly it. But
well, I think fathers are always concerned about who you're around with. But I wasn't trying to fish for anything. I just wanted everybody to see that you do have a close relationship with your parents. You're here with your mom. You're here with your sister, and I bring that up to say this. A lot of the artists that I have spoken with, they always say they have a tight team, but I never hear them talk about their family. So it's nice, it's refreshing to hear that you haven't said anything about your manager, you haven't said anything about your publicist. You're just talking about your family and how it's really allowed you to foster this talent. So congratulations. I think you're gonna be fine. I think again, you're continuing to perform because you don't know who's out there that could be listening to your music. But if somebody says to you, hey, I want to put you in front of a 7,000 seater. I want to put you in front of the first ever festival that's never happened before, the first cannabis festival, cannabis friendly. I want to put you in front of that crowd, Yadha. What goes through your mind as a young artist, and what's the future look like for you?
I've actually still been thinking about it just because I've been looking at pictures of the venue and like I told you earlier, I've seen Maoli perform over there and I see how big the crowds are. It is kind of nerve-wracking, but it makes me excited just because I want to change up my set. I also want to make sure I want to perform for the people so they can feel it too. So
see, I love this. See, now I think you're just, because I've said this being in this business for a while, once an artist realizes that the people are there for you, you could do whatever you want. You could do your show. I mean, if you look back at the old Madonna concerts, some of the stuff she did, people thought that she was outlandish, that she was just crazy. She knew exactly what she was doing. She knew who she was as an artist. And I love this growth for you as an artist where you're coming into your own. Like you just said, I want to put on a show for them. Sorry, can I see that one more time? I apologize. I was not looking when I should have. Okay. But to hear your music in a venue that big and to have people, that many people vibing, bobbing up and down. I can't wait for you to experience that, to further validate that this is where you belong. Tell me about this next song, Toxic.
Toxic was also another song that I wanted to be more upbeat with. It was a different type of beat compared to all my other songs. And I got with one of my friends. Her name is Lupe. She goes by Lucci. And I asked her to be on it. And she's kind of like shy to herself and everything. So us two getting together and just kind of portraying that toxicity.
Is the song about anybody that we know of?
No.
Oh, wow. The way you said it, I'm not really sure.
No. It's
We want to dedicate this out to anybody who's feeling toxic. Don't calm down, okay? We'll be right back. Enjoy the song.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. It usually takes you like 17 minutes to come home. It took you 19 minutes today.
You really tripping off 2 minutes?
What were you doing with those 2 minutes?
Came straight home. We do this every night. Can I just go to sleep, please?
Yeah, sure. Go to sleep. Sweet dreams.
If you dare fall in love in my fantasy, boy, look me in my eye, you're in love with me. When you look at other women, tell me what you see. I got everything you want in me. If you want another girl, I'm a variety. Ooh, heard you want them nice, I give you therapy. Don't be scared, it's alright, baby, safe with me. I got everything you want in me. Birds fly in the sky, so why do you cry? Please take my advice, and you'll be just fine. I held on for a long ass time, trying to keep us situated. You fell behind with all your crazy lies, and I just wanted your attention. Now I'm breathing out all these trust issues. I still cannot believe you, 'cause now in this situation, all I see is you got me.
Because you said it's not about anybody. She said it's not about anybody, guys. That song, Toxic. I would like you to message me if you feel that these words hit you differently, whether you're a man or a woman. Hit me up. We got to talk. I want to see what my niece knows about you. Welcome back into Buddha's Lounge. Again, if you're looking for a free ticket, there's not a lot of places where you can get it, but if you head over to Honolulu Grill, 8860 South Redwood Road, you can get a free ticket there. Also, they're preparing to celebrate their 25th anniversary next year. Can you believe Honolulu Grill's been in business for 25 years?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jeez, man, that Max Salad is still bomb. Anyway, also tickets are $25. Go to canafanfest.com. You got to be 21 years or older. You don't have to have a medical card, but Cure Relief and Utah Patient Coalition just jumped on board as the official sponsors of the Patient Lounge. So, but we're back here with one of our artists who will be performing for you, who will keep the vibe going. Do you have any songs about... Not cannabis. Sorry. I was going to ask not about cannabis. No. Do you have songs about feeling good, about relaxing, about vibes? Sorry.
I don't think so.
What?
Not yet. Maybe.
Not yet. Maybe after the concert.
Maybe.
Yeah. No. I wanted to ask you, when they hired you to perform at the festival and you found out that it was the Canna Fan Fest, did you ask twice to give it? Wait, what kind of festival is it? Were you surprised? Were you shocked at all? Or were you just like, I got a gig? Shoot.
I just said yes.
She's honest, guys. She
Yeah.
just tells the truth.
I just said yes, and then I told my mom I was gonna perform there.
What did your mom say when you told her?
She was like, "What?" But yeah, I sent it to her. She was like, "Dang, that's cool." Like, yeah.
Well, congratulations. You're obviously not where you want to be, but when you look back at the start of your music career, would you say that you're ahead of where you thought you might be, or you're just about where you think you might be when you first started looking at the music career?
I'd say I'm where I'm supposed to be. I don't know about the head part, but I know more things are coming up, so I won't be too explanatory on that.
That's
but
okay.
Yeah.
But it's heading in the right direction, is what
It
you're saying.
is.
This is what you wanted to do, and it's happening.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I don't know what artists do these days, but in my day, they had CDs. They had albums like that. Tell me a little bit about the business as far as, because it's changed as far as my perspective. How do you get your music out to people if it's not by CDs anymore? That could be, I'm talking about like artists that don't have money and are trying to come up. If you have a following in a place like the Philippines, a place like that, like Vietnam, you will 10x in a year. It is the craziest thing. And I've seen artists, I have friends over there that are big time artists over there. They do have an ego. They want to come here and be big, but I'm like, bro, but you're a millionaire over there.
Yeah.
What's the problem? Everybody buys your albums. Why do you care if it's America or Philippines? Another thing, back in the day, Pati and Budah Tribe in the early days, they would get tours in Japan, and they would kill.
Dang.
Anything Western. Hey, welcome in. I'm hanging out with Yadha the Great, who also happens to be my niece. I'm just trying to, have her put me on game as far as the music industry. In my day, guys were selling CDs out of their trunk of their car. I don't even see it with a CD, because usually artists would come in with a CD and say, hey, man, here's my stuff, play it. In today's age, how do you get your music out to the masses?
It's mainly social media, especially with my fan base, and also mainly with my family too. They're very supportive of music, so whenever they see it and their friends see it, and like it just spreads from there. It's kind of like a ripple effect.
It's a big family. No, we
Yeah.
have a huge family. I would love, again, yes, everybody's suffering in the pocket, but think about this. This is your niece. This is your cousin. This is your sister's daughter. This is your cousin's daughter, whatever. Buy a ticket. It's now $25. Support the artist, because listen, she's already going to get paid. Okay, let me try to level you guys up on some game as far as trying to help your artists out. If Yadha is on the ticket and the ticket sells out, guess what that does for her? That puts her in that list of, I was on that ticket and it sold out. That helps propel her into a different amount of money. So again, let's get free tickets where you can. But if you can buy a ticket for $25 to support your niece, to support your artist, she got her money. She got her money, guys. This is about showing the promoters that she is a draw. See, that's the game. If Yadha can show people she's a draw, guess what? She's gonna get hired over and over and over again, because she can put butts in seats. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Give me some. Mascalima.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Yeah. We never said we were coordinated. We just said we're related. Okay. But that's my flex for the game. People don't understand. They think, no, I don't want to buy a ticket because I can get a hookup and get it free. In this day, because you're attached to numbers. That's the only reason why I tell people, if you can't afford a ticket, there's a way to get a free ticket. But bro, if you can buy a ticket at $25 and support our family, I'm not getting anything directly from it. I'm talking about seeing and you can say, that's my cousin. She's at the Grammys. That's what this is about. That's about us doing with the very little we can to help out an artist. I don't know. Do you guys talk about that like that? Trying to fill the show, because if you have people there, it looks good, one, but it also means that they want your music. Mm-hmm. Does that come across?
Yeah, it does. It does.
So tell me that feeling as an artist. You walk out and it's just standing room. Tell me what that's like, to know that there's an audience there for you.
It's kind of like a reassurance thing. Just because I'm such an overthinker, and I kind of sometimes I'll doubt myself in music and just be like, I'm not that talented. But that's just the bad thoughts of like whatever. And
nerves.
Yeah, it is, and it's just nice to see that other people that I wouldn't expect be there for me and support me. Is like, it's just a whole different level that you have to feel for yourself. Like, it feels good.
We say it all the time, but under different contexts. I hear our elders would say stuff like, "If we don't tell our stories, who will?" Right? You put yourself out there in the lane that not a lot of us have made it, and made it very well. I mean, there are some local artists, but I would love, to see you go and play a 20,000 seater, open up for Celine Dion, on her final tour or something. But I think I say that to say this: you have the skills, you have the talent, and now that you understand the game a little bit, you do have an audience in our family that can actually, like you said, they can support, and it's there. I wish nothing but the best for you. I would love to turn on the TV one of these days and see you accepting your Grammy Award, and just to know, not that I had something to do with it, but that I was here to witness your journey. I ain't do nothing. I'm just your uncle. Shoot, I do nothing for you. But if I can see my niece successful like that, then that means there's a bunch of other Easter eggs that you've planted along the way. So I say that because I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Not just as you're my niece, but being a young woman, a Pacific Islander woman who is not afraid to tell her story. I would love for you to tell an experience, if you have one, where you tie an emotion to the lyrics of a song, because it's a lived experience, right? I would love to hear one of those stories. I know you said that you tell your stories and you use your stories for your songs. Could you share one of those stories and how it became a song?
Yeah. I think the first one I think of is Cold. It's a very personal song. And most songs I make for other people, I hear their stories and I just kind of lay it out. Some of them don't know that it's about them, but I was just like, oh, right. It's a good song.
Right.
But Cold specifically, it was for me and how I was feeling. I don't remember the year specifically. I can't think of it right now. But I remember we were driving to Vegas. It was me, my mom, and my sister, and my auntie. We were on our way to Vegas, and I don't know, I felt like empty in a way. You're going on a trip, you're supposed to have fun, you're excited and stuff like that. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel excited. I felt empty, and I felt like something was missing. And I remember texting my cousin, and that was also the year I went to the doctors, and they told me that, like, about my depression and this and that, and I didn't really believe it, and I was just I was mentally struggling. And
man, you real Samoan.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And when we were in Vegas, I remember my sister, my mom, and my auntie, they were all sleeping, and I just remember opening the curtains and just seeing the view of Vegas, and it was really nice, and it was really nice to see. But I just couldn't stop crying for some reason, and I went on my phone and I was playing music and I was listening to music, but I didn't want to listen to music. I wanted to make a song, and I knew I needed to make a song. And from that song, specifically, it brought up so many emotions. And if you listen to it, it speaks a lot of how I was feeling and how I feel at times. Yeah. And there's a line in the song Cold where it says, I feel so alone, even though I'm surrounded by, like, the people I love. And I know there's a lot of people that feel that way. And I know a lot of people have connected with that song specifically. And it's just brought me to a place where I know I could write about it. And that song reminds me a lot of, like, I can feel things, and we're all human and stuff like that.
Man,
but,
you know what I'm feeling right now? I gotta say this because of your musical capabilities and your musical inclinations. I have never ran into a Polynesian score composer, people that write music for movies, a movie score. I can totally, oh my gosh, I got these vibes from you when you started talking like that, how you couldn't sleep. And I'm like thinking, dude, that could be a job for you. That could be your career, your calling is to write these beautiful floral cores, music for soundtracks for movies.
I've actually had people reach
See,
out.
come on,
Yeah.
see.
A few projects have come up where I'm able to write about it, and they just send me their script, and then I just write it out.
Nobody asked you for Chief of War, huh?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I wouldn't let any of my daughters be on that set either. There's just too many cheeks on that set. We ain't
I haven't
going
seen
there.
it. I haven't seen it yet.
Good answer, Marlon. I got you, bro. Got you. Yeah. Really quick before we go to your next song, I'd love for you to because you just explained your song, but I just wanted to remind everybody this is my selfless plug. Everyday People has been nominated as part of City Weekly's Best of favorite local podcast. I would love your vote. Do I think we're gonna win? Of course, there's always a chance. There's 1 in a million, like Jim Carrey said. So if you'd like to vote for a local podcast who's also a Polynesian podcast, please go cast your vote for Everyday People Pacifica chapter at City Weekly Best of 2025. In the meantime, while you're doing that, enjoy Cold by Yadha the Great. We'll be right back.
It is so cold. What is this feeling? I feel so alone, surrounded by the people I love. It is so. Why can't I feel sun rays on a warm day? I'm having too many off days, not sure what I want. Try to tell myself to stop. People start to notice that I'm not okay. No, I'm not okay. Fake it till we make it. Why is it so hard to put on a smile and wherefore why it is so.
Man, I'm just gonna kick with the boys for a little bit.
Oh, it's okay if you can sit down and talk.
Nah, man, I gotta go. You see my phone?
It'll be real quick.
Nah, man, I wanna go.
They can't
My
wait.
phone?
Can you please just come sit down so
Oh
we can
man, I
talk?
gotta go. I'm already late.
This is that shit I'm talking about.
What shit? What are you talking about? We could have talked all day. Now I'm about to leave. You want to talk?
No, it's okay. It's fine. It's whatever.
What, man?
Nothing.
It's not nothing. What you want?
It's whatever, man.
Fuck, bro. You see my phone?
I have your phone.
Can I have my phone, please?
Who's Michelle?
Bro, can I have my phone?
Who's Michelle? Can you come sit down so we can
I
talk?
don't want to talk. Can I have my phone?
Can we please
Bro,
just
it's my
talk?
fucking phone, bro.
Okay, go ahead. You can take your phone so you can go talk to Michelle.
What you even go through my shit for? That's your problem. You
I
don't
don't
go
even
through
know
my
what you
shit.
want anymore.
I want you not to go through my shit. If I went through your shit, how you
wanna be
feel?
with Michelle, go be
If I
with
went through your
Michelle.
stuff, how would you
If you
feel?
wanna be
That's what I'm
with
talking
Michelle,
about.
go
And
be
you always
with
on some
Michelle.
bullshit.
You're not gonna do this
Man,
shit.
fuck off, bro.
You're not
I'm
gonna
about to.
disrespect me for this.
Alright, man, I'm out.
Okay.
It is so cold. What is this feeling? I feel so alone. Surrounded by the people.
I'll ask you that.
Okay.
I was that way. Welcome back. We are in our final break with Yadha the Break. Just a reminder that Polynesian Days is coming up this weekend in Thanksgiving Point. Also, Shonetoki's got a West Valley Celebration concert happening on September 20th. Great way to warm up for Yadha the Great on the 27th. See how we do that? Don't explain your life. Thank you so much for coming in. Again, if you want a free ticket, go to Honolulu Grill, 8860 South Redwood Road. Find out how you can get a free ticket there. But it's $25, guys. Your nieces, your nephews, your brothers, your sisters, they're all going to be performing on this stage. $25 is nothing. Y'all spend that on one bag of kava. Anyway, let's not drink kava for one night and let's buy the tickets to come out and support our local artists. Speaking of support, I've often heard this about artists that when they sing with emotion like you do. And so that emotion has to go somewhere, which means it's empty. How do you refill? How do you pour back into yourself to make sure you're ready first and foremost for yourself and your family, but then they're also ready to give another performance to your fans?
I just mainly spend time with my family and also with my friends that are positive, just trying to get positive feedback from everyone. You know, usually after a show, I'll think of all the flaws that happen during that show, but everyone will just be like, I didn't hear anything, this and that. So I just try to take it all in, and mainly church, going back to, you know, thanking God for everything. But yeah, that's my filling myself up. So
I like that. You got your family all around you, so it's much more faster that you're filling back up. No, that's good. No, thank you so much for sharing that. I think I always try to find like outside influences when you just re-educated and reminded me that some of your best sources are right in the same room with you. You know, they're your family. If I could ask about new music, because we're coming to the end of our program and I would love people to follow you. People are going to go to your page because of your current music now, but they're going to keep coming back because they want to see your growth. They want to see your new stuff. What can you tease about? Maybe a theme, maybe a subject matter about what your new music is about that we can look forward to.
My new music is mainly about self-empowerment. So that's just kind of something that I can tease, as well as one of my projects that I was able to be a part of with my friend in California. It's called Miss Chances. It's a really good song. There's a lot of people that have heard it when I performed it live.
Missed Chances?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's a good song. It's a really good song.
Okay.
So
It'll be coming out soon?
maybe, yes.
Maybe.
Maybe
She'll
this
make
year.
an announcement at Canna Fan Fest.
Sometime this year, yeah. I'll be
All right.
performing it there at
Okay.
Canvas. So
I love that.
Yeah.
One question I gotta ask, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask about the Tanel situation. I don't want to get your opinion about the Tanel situation. I wanted to ask you, kind of putting yourself in her shoes as a musician with all eyes on you, social media, YouTube, whatever, because you are a performer, do you feel any kind of added responsibility, kind of like how we see Tanel with Fiji, with our Pacific Islander performers? Do you feel any kind of pressure to hold yourself at a different standard? Because you are a role model to a lot of these young kids.
At first, when I was starting music, me and my mom had that conversation as far as making sure you look good everywhere you go, because you never know who you're gonna run into. Yeah. And me, I'm feel poco. Like I'm just like, I don't care. Like I don't care if they see me, they see me. Like and I just want to be myself. But at the end of the day, it's like we're not perfect. No one's perfect. As far as the Tanel situation, like I don't know. Like she probably didn't know. She probably was just doing it out of love.
Well, she's Samoan wearing a tongue thing, but that's not the thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I was just going to say, she made an apology, right?
Yeah.
And to that end, I was just like, putting yourself in that situation. She came from a place of love, a pure heart. She wasn't throwing shade on nobody, but that's why I wanted to ask: do you feel those kind of things where you have to make sure your ear level is tighter, your wing is tighter or straighter? I mean, because you are in the public eye. That's all I meant.
Yeah, at times I do, like just because I'm like, and like. My friends, I would tell them, I'm like, I keep forgetting, like, I make music or something like that. Just because I'm myself around them, and, like, when I'm around them in public, I don't think of, like, oh, maybe they see me as Yadha the Great. But when people do come up to me and they're like, Yadha, like, that's when I just snap back into it. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, and I'm just genuine about it. And, yeah, I don't really care.
It's hard when people ask you in interviews, who would you like to thank? Because I know you have so many people to thank. I don't want you to narrow it down to just one person, because that would be unfair. But looking back at the beginning of your music career and how it all got started, I'm sure you can't help but feel, as we say in Tongan, mafana to some of the characters that were put in your way by God, or whatever you want to call, that served as your booster rockets. They're not with you through your entire career, but they were there for those times. Do you recognize those things? Do you take into all account that this has made you the musical artist that you are?
Yeah, well, all the time. I feel that. I mainly think my family and like my cousins, just because they've been so solid with me and from the get, and them reminding me of my potential every day, just because they know how I am, how negative I can get. I'm glad that I have a solid, I don't know, not fan base, but a solid support system.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm grateful for that.
Is it too early to ask you about Fiji? Did Fiji mean anything to you? I know, rest in peace, rest in love, big brother. Just because his music was iconic. I don't know if you're too young to actually, if it had an impact on you. His music, did his music have anything?
Oh yeah, his music didn't really, like, I didn't really make music like him, but he did inspire me as far as how he was so kind, genuine, just everywhere he went. He was just very outgoing, and just seeing him as a person. I remember seeing him perform back in 2018 at IRF, and man, that was amazing how seeing everyone sing his songs together, and it's just the whole crowd you just feel the love. Yeah,
no, I want that for you, the crowd, to be singing your songs. And here's a hack. We saw Roses on the Moon. We were talking Roses on the Moon, and we were asking them about their song Gatsby. And they totally admitted. They said, oh, we love that song because we get to take a break in our set. we make everybody else sing. So if you got a song they know the words, that's where you take your break.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Thanks, Roses on the Moon, for the hack. We appreciate that. In closing, please give us your handles. How do we follow you? Obviously, the best place to see you is on the 27th. Buy a ticket, get there. To see you there. Go online. Where do we go online to buy your stuff, to download your stuff? How do we follow you?
You can actually follow me on Instagram. I have my link tree in my bio, and I'm on all platforms. So it's at YADHA the Great, and yeah, that's where I'm at.
You're not going to be disappointed, Canna Fan Fest. Again, free tickets are abound. You can find free tickets everywhere. Listen to the radio, go to Honolulu Grill. But if you want to support local artists like nobody else can, I'm trying to get rid of 2,000 tickets at $25 a pop. It includes fees, includes everything, and you don't have to have a medical card. Now, if you want to get your medical card, you can definitely do that. But please, this is a musical festival unlike anything else you've experienced, and I want to blow the doors off of this. One last time, thank you to Curaleaf and Utah Patient Coalition for coming in as the official Patient Lounge sponsors. Also, the rest of the crew that's on the lineup, including Yadha the Great, DJ Specialist, Burning Avenues, Changing Lanes, Richie V, Annalea Brown, Jimmy Goldtree, Roses on the Moon, and headlining the September 27th show, Crooked Kings. Thank you so much for tuning in. Any final words for maybe your adoring audience as we say goodbye?
Just be great.
Like her. Oh. Okay, thank you so much. If we help one person in this podcast, we've done our job. Please be kind. Enjoy this last song by Yadha. We'll see you guys next time.
It's J Mark.
It wasn't about the 7 o'clock on the dock when you told me that you love me. You love me. Yeah. It was about the 7 o'clock on the dock when you told me that you